Hi friends. So I came to be informed by this post that was circulating around Twitter screaming at me that much of my favorite music, perhaps most of my favorite artists, can now be referred to as sad dad bands, which I understand was meant to hurt my feelings so that I would send you all to click on it, but judging from the Spoon show that I went to in October that was me and a lot of 50-year-old white men, all of us in securely fitted N95s and hanging bike helmets off of our elbows, they're not far off, but what does that say about me? I mean, I quit my job in software development. Wait, how does it know that I'm allergic to pine nuts? I am not owned. Listen, I am not owned. What it more likely means is that a lot of my favorite songs came out when I was ages 14 to 24-ish, on average a decade ago, which also means that I'm a normal human with a normal brain, because many of us form our strongest bonds with music in our teens and early 20s. For one, our brains over-index on memories from that time period in our lives. It's called the reminiscence bump. So if our stickiest memories are from our teens and early 20s when we're having all these big firsts and we remember the songs that we're playing or that we were listening to around those important moments, yeah, they're gonna feel bigger and better than whatever we're playing in the background while we do our dishes on year 3 of living like a tired sim in our studio apartment. That's more or less backed up by Spotify data that shows that we listen most to songs that came out when we were about 13 to 16 years old, and that new music discovery starts to taper off around age 30 to 33. This part isn't backed by any pop data science articles that I read, but it's not surprising to me because adult responsibilities creep in, like work and keeping yourself afloat emotionally and being a present and engaged father. And as a result, we have less time to sit on niche fan communities sharing WeTransfer links with our internet friends in Pennsylvania so that we can memorize the entire discography of every opener before we go to the show that we're going to next month. Now we're not even going to make it for the opener, because we don't want to stand that long. So if we want to continue to discover new music once our brains are done cooking, we have to put effort into it, lest we become sad dads. There's lots of music discovery advice to be had out there that I use to make sure that music stays as exciting and thrilling and central to me as it always did. Read lots of music criticism, ask your friends, put on a different Tiny Desk concert while you brush your teeth every night, let the Spotify algorithms perform their dark magic. I do all of those things. They lead me to a lot of exciting stuff. I'll never forget the magical 3-day dopamine bender I went on from Muna Silk Chiffon. But for the most part, I can't uncook what's cooked. Nothing quite gets me high like the music I grew up on that is now old news. Until, when I was in my teens, I spent so much time discovering music that at times it felt like I would run out. I knew all the music that my friends liked. I would buy magazines just to listen to every record that was mentioned in it. You couldn't give me new music fast enough. So once I thought that I had exhausted the present, I looked to the past. I swallowed up 90s emo, grunge, and Riot Grrrl records, 80s post-punk and new wave, the Talking Heads and Elvis Costello records my own sad dad played for me in the car. So if I could dig into old music then, why can't I do the same now? It's just that now, I was around the first time. Music from 2005 to 2015-ish is the stickiest for me. That's the time in my life that felt like heartbreak and possibility and big firsts and ears ringing, all eyeliner and antler necklaces and empty parking lots. And there is music from that time that I missed, that I didn't listen to when it came out, that still brings back all of that energy today. That era of time is still all encoded in the styles and textures and production techniques, and the reminiscence bump emotion comes with it. For whatever internalized misogyny made me not listen to Paramore until my 20s, it still makes me feel as sharp-elbowed as 17. When I listened to the first Hozier album that I finally picked up this year, I swear I can hear it echo off the floorboards of the tiny ballroom venue I haunted in college. It's got that unmistakably straight across the forehead headband sound to it. I just think of it like I'm completing the canon of what I would have been into in those peak music discovery years. And the best part is most of those artists are still releasing things. I'm not actually that old, so it just keeps giving me more things to listen to in the present. I acknowledge that being a completionist about the greatest albums of 2009 is still sad dad behavior, but I can only be who I am. Tell me in comments about some music that you're excited to have discovered lately. This video is brought to you by the Radish Collective, my community of Patreon supporters. I make the Radish Collective a themed playlist every month. In January, it was songs that made me feel like the main character, and at least 3 of them came out in the last 5 years. So if you want to, you can join now and get this month's and all the past ones. I'll see you soon. Bye!